What's up, traders? First day of the new year, going 2 for 3. And yeah, it was quite the doozy on the very first trade of the year. Ended up being a red trade. Could have been way worse than it was, but we ended up managing it fairly well. VIAC, this was the one. As you can see, nice little pop up through the $0.5 $31.50 from a really nice move all the way down here under 30.50 up and through. So I was actually pretty excited about the move. Let's see if we can show you exactly what it looked like as it happened right there. This is what it looked like as it had started. And as you can see, we actually did get an ad, and we'll kind of zoom in on it now to show you the actual trade. But it was a little frustrating because we got the first ad, gave us a nice drop. Obviously could have been out green there, would have been like a $20 winner. Was obviously looking for more, was looking to see if we could get the continuation back down towards this 31.25. But then it just decided to go for a ride. And we had a decent amount of shares. We started this thing with 150, added 150, took 150 off, added that 150 back here. And then instead of doing a full, essentially a 1-1-2 here, I actually split the two up, and you'll see 150 here and then 150 here. And it came up, made this top. So I'm basically 1-1-2 just over the course of 4 entries instead of 3. And I basically doubled down here, adding another 600. So we had 150, 150, 300, given a 600, and then added another 600 on the back with the intention of stopping at the highs here. So it tried to go higher. After trying to pull back here, it faked. So that was me saying, okay, this is either the top or I'm out. And it started to come down. Our average was at 32.05. Again, you can always watch these trades live over on Twitch. I'll have it down in the pinned comment. And it literally went to 32.04. I think our order was at 32.03 for, I think I had 800 of the shares. I don't exactly remember. But we ended up taking some off when we couldn't get that fill. I believe it was this one. Yeah. It was for, I mean, I can just tell you. Let's scroll down here. 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's for 700. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I took 800 off on this one, and it was at an average of, looks like 32.07. So I ended up taking small red on those, but obviously 800 shares, even 3 cents is a little bit. And I think it was like $25. I don't remember exactly. I was trying to hold the rest to see if we can get that breakthrough 32. It started to go back up. So we took half of what we had left, which was 400 shares. We were up to 1,200 total, took 800. So we had 400 left, took 200 as it was going up higher. And as you can see, it faked out there. Obviously, it was going to cut the other 200 at high of day if it got there. And so it finally gives us that break of 32, take 100 of the remaining 200 off, looking for the other 100 to come back down and give us that real pullback that we were looking for. Unfortunately, it never even came down and tested VWAP and started to consolidate and curl it up. And once we broke this area here, what the heck just happened there? Once we broke this area that it was curling up on, right there, you can see we just took it off because the odds are it's always going to test the highs when it does that. So no need to cut it high of day when it finally gets there. Just seems, I always say I should just reverse my position there. And if it works, it works. We can get some of our loss back. And if it denies high of day or even right there and fakes out, just jump out through that previous break. But I'm not there yet. I like to just kind of stick with what I know, but I have been paying attention to those because those are pretty high probability plays in my eyes. So, but yeah, ended up being a red trade to start the year off. While we were in that, we actually did take a trade on the SPY, which ended up being a bottom tick. This thing just started dumping, and I was like, whoa. We know what happens usually when this happens. It'll go down, find a low, and then end up at high of day. And sure enough, I should have held on to it, but I saw this pretty obvious line here on the SPY. And so I didn't have it drawn, but I was watching it. So when we got in, I was basically just looking for the retest of that to jump out. Took small shares. I only took 10 shares because, I was in another trade that wasn't really going in my favor. So I was really just, and I don't really take longs that much, but every time I see the SPY do this, it always seems to rebound at least to that area. It did try to come back down. If you scroll in, it did go a little bit higher, but then tried to pull back and get back below that line, but ultimately got bought up. And as you can see, back to high day. that's kind of what the SPY always seems to do. So I even said I should have held it. I definitely would have been out somewhere in here anyway. No way I would have held through this pullback again and then all the way back up. Not a chance. So would have been out somewhere in there even if I held it a little bit longer, but it doesn't really matter. It was pretty small size. Then BBBY came along and saved the day a little bit. Pretty typical play you'd see here. Previous resistance right there. Friday's high right here. Just a nice little move. It was in that range. As you can see, it came up, came back down, retested that. And then we got a really nice move up through the $0.50. Nice extension through, pulled it up, and it was already jiggling. And so I had to kind of convince myself to jump in pretty quick. You can see that candle is much bigger than the rest. Jumped in and kind of rode this out and scaled out along the way. So that one ended up being a pretty good one, basically making back the loss on VIAC. And then that little small win on the SPY ended up putting us green on the day for $4.41. However, we were down on VIAC. I want to say it was like $247 at one point. So the fact that we ended this day green, I'm going to take that as a win. So first day of the year, went for a little bit of a ride on the very first trade of the year. And, sometimes the market has a funny way of playing with you, and it sure did it to me today. And, I'm just going to take it and be happy that we finished the way that we did, and look forward to tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I did get a couple of subscribers after my little rant in the previous video, the 2021 recap. Just with all the people that are watching that aren't subscribed, it only takes a second to hit that subscribe button. It's free and it helps support the channel, so I'd appreciate that. Always find me on Discord, find me on Twitter, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.